Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting, amazing, informative episode of Chevalier, where we are here to help men and women find happy, healthy, and long-term relationships. And it don't matter whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, South American, even the penguins in Antarctica. We really thank you. I really thank you for taking the time to view these videos, because normally I know in the background I have different animes and I get a lot of people saying, "Hey, what anime you got in the background? What we watching today?" But today I thought I would take a break from my normal anime to give significant condolences to Kevin Samuels. I know most people, if you're on YouTube, you know who he is, and if you don't, he's a dating consultant that has spent most of his career, most of his life, trying to help men and women find happy, healthy, and long-term relationships. He's literally the inspiration behind me doing it, and not because I wanted to copy what he was doing, because I don't, but because I know that one man can't single-handedly get out a message to the world about the value of happy and healthy relationships. So I decided to create a channel to help push the message, because I know for a fact, especially in the black community, we need more happy and healthy relationships. We need more women of value to choose men of value. Most importantly, we need more women of value, period. Because there are more black successful men who are prepared for marriage than there are women who were raised to be wives and ready to be married. And so often there's this message of, what a good man at? But it's like, look at you. And I'm not here to bash and say, look at you in a bad way, but I'm saying, like, I tell women so often, you want this guy, this Kevin Samuels type dude, who's bringing everything in the kitchen sink to a relationship, but it's like, what are you bringing to the relationship? And I think a lot of people were offended by his controversy, because he's basically saying the things that many of us have been saying in the black community as far as men forever. And I think that's the thing that shocks most women. He's not saying anything that's new. If you're a black man, if you're Asian, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, South American, Dominican Republican, I've talked to dudes of all nationalities. And we all feel the same way about black women. You know, this idea that, you want the highest level of men, but you expect us to accept the lowest quality of females. And this is not obviously all females, black women, because there are lots of valuable, beautiful, magnificent, phenomenal black women. In the words of the great Maya Angelou, bless her heart, and may she be resting in the kingdom of heaven alongside Jesus. But she often spoke about phenomenal black women and their ability to be able to inspire a man to be his best, inspire a man to reach great heights, inspire a man to be something more than what maybe he believed he could be. And sometimes we get lost in that inspiration, because very often the idea is that a man is supposed to be everything, do everything, provide everything. And what am I supposed to do? I'm here. So what do you bring to a relationship, my lady? You got me. I'm here. And this is what most black men are getting. I'm here. What do you bring, brother? Oh, I bring money. I bring assets. I bring wealth. I bring value. I bring protection. I bring peace. I bring structure. I bring, in most cases, a house, transportation, a career, a 401k, Roth accounts, savings accounts, connections, net worth, network. I could go on and on and on. And all these things are given to you because you're a part of what I'm trying to do. But the funny thing that I always found was very hilarious is like, what do you bring? It's like you ask a woman, what does she bring? And it's like, oh, well, I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm a good woman. And it's like, what did you really name? You didn't name anything. What are you bringing? Nothing. My mama does all that. What are you bringing to the relationship? And that's what a lot of black men seem to be confused about. Is black men, like even before I got married and I was going through these tribulations in dating, I'd often ask myself the same question for so many women. For everything that I'm bringing, what are you bringing? And it drives men crazy because most of us have come from out of this, white man, hold me back structure and the crab in the barrel structure and, the color of our skins. And we have overtaken everything that held us back. Per the Georgia Department of Labor, 65% of the men that live in Atlanta make $50,000 and above. And I've heard of one woman say, well, that ain't no money. The average black woman in America I think averages like 33,000, between 28 and 32,000 a year. But I met a young lady that said 50,000, that ain't nothing. And let's be honest, the average black, this sounds like I'm bashing, but I'm really not, because I'm just speaking for what men want to hear, the truth. Like, you're not even making $50,000, but you're bashing men that make at least $50,000. These same women are wondering why men get successful and go get women of other races. And the reason is because they want women who are actually going to appreciate them. They want women who are actually going to value them. You got women out here who will get with a guy who makes $25,000 a year and treat him like the greatest thing God ever created. And then you'll get a woman who unfortunately in our community, who'll get a guy who makes $60,000 and treat him like he, one step away from being homeless. So the value here is women got to do better. It's always what a man's not bringing to the table. What a man need to do. What man's supposed to play his part. Okay, but what do you bring? Kevin Samuels didn't do anything except for expose not all women, but the ones who expect the kitchen table and bringing no food to eat on it. I was talking to a young lady, I remember back in college, and I cut it off because I said, hey, well, let's go out to eat. And she said, well, you got to come and pick me up. I'm like, okay, if I got to pick you up, I got to pay for the food, I got to get you home, I got to, she wanted to go to a movie, I got to pay for everything. What are you bringing? What are you doing? This whole I'm just bringing myself mentality is what keeps so many women single, and it seems to only be prevalent in our community. All Kevin Samuels did again was expose the women who are trying to take advantage of the men who are trying to better themselves. Because again, most black women are strong, valuable assets, not just to the community, but to the very fold of this country. The other half of the black women out here, they just want to destroy, tear down, and disassemble everything that a brother had made, and then take the spoils and then grow their success. I want to have everything because I want to be successful. But what about what a man wants? I had a client today who I was talking to, and she went on for 3 minutes about her happiness and what she wants from a relationship. I said, well, what about the guy? What does he get? And she said, oh, well, he gets to be with me. I was confused, man. I really was. He gets to be with you? That's all he gets out of it? You want a guy who makes 6 figures, who's 6 feet tall, fit, no kids. She say the age vary. I think like around 35 to 45. And for all the things that he's had to do to become this guy that's going to give you the success and happiness you deserve, he gets nothing except for you. But we want to blame the men for not being real men, and like men are idiots. Just like the world evolves, so are men of all races and ethnicities. And the majority of successful black men, I'll say men that make above the poverty line. Poverty line, I think the average income is $32,000. So I'll say men that make at least $35,000 and above. They want to be appreciated like every other woman who appreciate their men. In most races, white, Asian, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, South American, natural long hair, natural nails, natural face, natural feminism, natural loyalty, natural beauty. And in return, they get a man who goes out to provide, whether he got to pick up soda cans on the streets, or whether he has to go out there and, fight the dragon to bring home the lion's share. Men just want to be appreciated. They just want to be loved. They just want to be cared about. They just want consideration. And with today being Mother's Day, I thought this was a great day to cover this, because I generally don't get into controversial topics involving dating. But I think that these conversations need to be had, because the one man that was bringing it to the national spotlight about what we're sick and tired of is no longer here. And there has to be a plethora of men who are willing to continue the conversation, to not let it die with this man who basically put everything on the line, his assets, his brand and his likeness on the line, to share a message with the world that many guys was kind of unaware that still existed. I mean, if you're like me, you're probably like one of many guys who, grew up thinking, especially before I met my wife, who grew up thinking, why is this happening to me? Why am I the only guy that's going through this nonsense? Why am I the only guy being taken advantage of? I was raised thinking that every woman wants a nice guy, and then at the end of the day, she really don't want a nice guy. She just want a guy to take advantage of. And I had that conversation with my mom, and I was like, why did you raise me to think that women wanted good men? And at the end of the conversation, the idea was basically my mom wanted me to be the type of guy that any woman would want. I'm supposed to just accept anything. Raised me to be this guy that would love a woman like I love my mom, regardless of how much of a unfit person she is. I'll say that because I don't want to be offensive. But what I do want to say is that a man has to do a lot to be the best version of himself. And if a woman can't go out of her way to bring as much value to be an asset to the relationship, she don't deserve that relationship. Nor will she ever get one. Not one that's going to lead to marriage. In the words of my man Kevin, they'll date you. They hit the skins. But put a ring on your finger? No. I didn't want to put Kim Samuel's name in my title or anything, because I don't need clout. I don't need attention. I really only need views from people who are looking for happy and healthy relationships. I don't need views just to have views. I don't need to reach like that. So I didn't put anything about Kim Samuels in my title for clickbait. I don't. That's not my deal. My deal is to focus on helping people who want happy and healthy relationships. Kevin Samuels changed my life as far as the way I viewed dating, the way I viewed women, the way I viewed the changes of the world that need to happen. And I think that it's time to pass the baton to somebody else. And I'm not saying all my topics are going to be controversial from now on. I'm going to be just throwing shots at black women, because I'm married to a black woman. So I think it's kind of stupid that I would feel to throw shots. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I create an environment that fosters happiness, that fosters love, that fosters the conversation to get people talking so we can open up to each other and better understand that we all are here wanting the same things, that we all are here for the same purpose, that we all are here for the same goal, and that's a happy and healthy relationship. So if we put that effort in, we work together, we get past the nonsense, the things that tear us apart, and come together, and everybody's find happiness. And most importantly, guys, thank you all for viewing as always. Really appreciate and love you all. And I definitely contact and reach out to everybody. Rest in paradise, Kevin Samuels. I know you with Jesus, having a good time, looking down, laughing at all of us. And enjoying life as it is, man. You've been an inspiration to so many men like myself who have created a more successful marriage because of you, who've created a more successful happiness, and have spread the word to help single guys get off their feet and basically put themselves in a position to be successful. So, Mr. Samuels, God bless you. I know you, again, chilling with Jesus, having a good time, man. Probably got some Rosia Dove and, Amber Ooh #9 and, enjoy yourself. God bless you, Mr. Samuels. May God continue to keep you. May you continue and forever in eternity relax in paradise, in the kingdom of heaven. Guys, next week we get back to our basically normal schedule program. Peace. We are going.